Hey guys, how y'all doing? So a lot of you guys have been asking about Overpass, so here it is. We've been looking at G2 and how they play Overpass. So good big thing about A site with the bathrooms and stuff is you can get aggressive around it. You can't just sit back, there's a lot of plays you can make as the CT, which is exactly what we're seeing here in this first clip. So to start off with, KennyS pushing in here, you see Apex is pushed up there as well. So once this first pick comes in, they have the man advantage, which is good. I mean, you're happy with that. So Apex decides he's going to smoke himself out and leave. But the important thing later in the round is they make another play which allows Kenny to basically lock down the entire push. So you'll see here they've pushed through B, which is also very helpful as well. Smoke comes in for long, so I know there's at least one person there, probably two with the utility coming in. And you'll see, I think it's Apex and Body, or is that Shocks? I can't see, but they push up here with the smoke down. And that leaves Kenny basically to do whatever he wants. You see he misses the first shot, but he's so confident he doesn't have to worry about bathrooms. And basically, like, it looks good from Kenny's point of view. Apex gets the kill on bathroom, but it's all because they have the bathroom control. Kenny's able to just open up and it's just too easy for him. So again here, we'll see another play made by Apex. So here you see they're just spotting for information, which is okay to start the round off. I'll show you guys a couple of more aggressive two-man setups to maybe try and get a pick, but in this round they're not looking to do that. They're just looking to get the info. I think Kenny does spot him there, or they just decide it's time to fall back. Maybe Apex stays nothing here, he's just getting info. I mean, very important. You see they got the 3-man on B, which a lot of teams like to do. And so they start falling back to side here. And you see the push is coming up. This truck position is kind of like new box. You can play around it from both angles. I know it's a common spot, but it's also very strong. Again, he's good at smoking off himself. And see, Apex is still here in this position. Kenny almost gets caught off trying to check around the smoke. But you see, Apex notices is like a brunt of this push is coming in from toilets. Again, like the last one, the brunt of the push was coming in from long. So you see he gets up here, I like this, it's very aggressive, almost gets caught off by Edward but gets the kill. And you'll see again here, he's like, right, this isn't enough. He had a 4v3, he could have actually just stayed on site, they might have been confident, but you see he starts to walk up long. Again, another player looking for info, something you can definitely do on the A site and something you have to do to be a good CT team. So you see it doesn't matter that he whiffs the spray, Simple wasn't expecting him there at all. And this is just the lockdown. That's also a nice little trick. I don't use it too much, but see that jump, you can jump and look through the window of the truck there, which is exactly what MBK was doing. But yeah, that's the main thing about these A-side holds, is getting aggressive, getting in their face and making the plays as the CT. Don't let them come to you. Obviously, that being said, don't get just aggressive all the time. Walk into them holding angles and stuff. You just have to read the play like G2 have done in those last two clips. So as you see there, Shocks heard the player run past just because he was aggressive in bathroom. He's able to peek out, get anyone else coming up the site, and then he swings back knowing he has to kill all of Meister. Then he ends up just smoking himself off. Good play. He should fall back to site here. 5v3, they got a huge man advantage. I mean, I don't really like this from Shocks. It goes from a 5v3 to a 4v3 because he gets aggressive when he doesn't need to. Obviously, he's getting the information, but I feel like with the 2-man advantage, you don't really need it. And you see he ends up putting them in a 4v3. The reason I've included this clip isn't because of that. I mean, he got lucky with the timing on bathroom that he could hear the play run through. So I'm going to show you how strong truck is here. So Kenny, of course, so that clipper is able to swing back around towards long. In this situation, he doesn't have the info, so has to worry about two sides. So he sees no one here. He sees that easily able to just swing out here and just get both the kills. It was a nice flick by him. But that's just the ability of truck, is you can swing from both sides, ends up going both the left-hand side, but they have to worry about both sides of the box. Now, as I just pointed out, you can kind of play truck like new box. You can peek around here, peek back around this side if you're confident they're coming from bathrooms. Obviously, you want to be careful when you're peeking out this side that no one's wrapping around the box from long. But that's just an extra angle you have to worry about. And besides that, you can play it like any of these spots, new box or like default on B site cache or stuff like that. You can play big box, but you're more likely to get trapped. I mean, I don't really like playing here. I mean, maybe you could peek off. I'd prefer to be where Apex is, a little bit more aggressive, more likely to catch a player off. Or back here are good spots as well if you want to take the fight to them. Otherwise, if you have the man advantage, something like that, say at a 5v3, say Shocks didn't push, you'd maybe be quite happy to have the player at truck and maybe let him get his pick, or you can fight him, or you can just retake the site if you have a good man advantage. But if you don't have the man advantage, it can be hard to rotate in through these smaller choke points. Obviously, you want to try and get the flank in, but that can be difficult if it gets shut down. One thing you can do if you get smoked out of the site is you can come in here at bank, do some kind of jump through. You see, that's going to land on the default. This will just push someone trying to plant. That's going to push him off. I died, as you see, but if I had full health, you push him off and he'd have to plant somewhere around truck. You can maybe spray him through the smoke. So I'm going to show a couple of 2-man setups now. So the first one's in connector here. You see often with the AWP, KennyS plays a lot of A site. So you see this is an easy bait and switch. Kenny misses his shots, so he misses. But Shock's able to get the kill, gets traded out. Kenny comes back and misses again. But you can see if Kenny hit both those shots, if he hits the first one, Shox gets the second one. Even if Shox get traded out, they have a man advantage. This one here again, another good bait and switch. Kenny missing shots again in both these clips actually. You see Shoxy's able to get out. He only gets 2, but you can see the idea of how it works. Now I lost the clip for this third one, so I just recreated it myself. You can play an AWP tree like I just showed. And then when they try and pop out to trade it after you get that first kill, you can have this player close up for another trade in. And these are just a couple of 2-man setups I really like, and ones that can easily get you a man advantage or a good trade going in. So another one that isn't a bait and switch, but it's a 2-man setup, is you can play 2 guys in this area, get the first pick as they come through toilets, have the other guy watching this kind of angle. Then you can simply just flash yourself out long is the safer option for escaping. So you get that first pick. Just be careful they haven't pushed up short if you have no one there. Maybe just throw something like that. That was a pretty bad flash, but you get what I mean. And just let yourselves back onto the A site, and you can play with that man advantage you gained from getting a bit aggressive. So Shox here is pushing up behind this smoke, getting up in the playground area, and this is going to be an aggressive crunch onto the playground area, sorry. So Apex gets flashed off, Body manages to avoid it, rounds the corner, gets 2, even with his teammate dinking him. Apex is then able to come around and finish off the job with the 3rd kill. The whole while, Shox didn't actually get any kills, but you see he's here, watching Connector, being a nuisance if anyone tried to come back around the fountain area. And this is just a really good method for getting a huge man advantage if you want to get right in their face. Obviously, Fnatic had a lot of players there. If they had less players there, I could have got away scot-free, maybe a 5v3 or something, but because they were using utility to try and do a long take, it ended up a bit messy, but still with a man advantage. So obviously you can also just send your AWPer for a pick. I mean, if you smoke off fountain like this, that's a pretty bad smoke, but you can peek over it, you see it's too exposed. But common thing, most of you should know that, but it's just an option you should have. Kenny does it maybe 1 or 2 times a half. Also, you can peek Connector. Make sure you flash your players off in a situation like this, especially with the fountain pick. Make sure you got a teammate ready with a flash to help you if they start rushing. And lastly, you can try out this boost. You are a little bit exposed to the Connector, but yeah, that's not a bad spot to try and get a peek and fall back as well. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you later.